Fucking with this nigga Chazz. Yeah.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video with your boy BDB Chazz, and today what I got for y'all is something special, man. I'm about to be doing a story time on how I got on Love Island USA, the casting process of being on a reality TV show, and I also got a couple questions that people typically ask reality TV stars. I'm gonna go ahead and answer for y'all. So it's gonna be a little Q&A and mostly my story time on how I ended up on Love Island USA. So if y'all haven't already, before we even get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if y'all haven't already, man. If y'all new to the channel, welcome. I'm Chazz. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a reality TV personality on Love Island USA. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a college student. You feel me? It's been a minute since I dropped a video, but if y'all into pranks, reaction videos, story times, you feel me? Challenges, vlogs, I do all those types of things. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and stay a while. Welcome to the gang, family. Yeah, welcome to the BDB gang, man. BDB stands for Billion Dollar Baby. That's me. So yeah, we about to get into this story time, man, on how I got on Love Island USA. It was pretty crazy, I can't lie. But yeah, it started off basically coming to the end of my junior year semester. The semester was coming to an end, and my sister had just called me randomly and was like, yo, I had signed up for this show called Love Island USA. Like she said Love Island, not USA, obviously, but she said she signed up for this advertisement on Instagram called Love Island, and they called her back within about 2 hours after she signed the application and submitted it. And basically, they were looking for, I mean, they liked my sister first, obviously, but they would happen to be looking for siblings for some reason. I guess they wanted to have a twist in their current season where they have, you know, a sibling duo, bombshells, come in and, you know, shake things up in the villa, which is exactly what we did. If y'all seen the show, shout out to y'all. If you haven't yet, you feel me, go watch it. It's on Peacock, season 4. We come in episode 7, but back to the story. You feel me? So she apparently gets called for the show. They're looking for siblings, and me and my older brother TJ, you know, me and him are both very outgoing personalities, alpha male type. You feel me? We're definitely being able to be cool with anybody, you know, ladies, men type thing. You feel me? I don't mean to toot my own horn, but you feel me? I ain't never been one to be shy when it comes to girls. You feel me? But yeah, so she hits us up and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm down. At the current time, I was going through a breakup. I was just getting out of a 3-year relationship, and I was like, fuck it, who cares? I'll sign up for this TV show, and if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. You feel me? I was still doing football in school, so I wasn't really too worried about it, but you know, we ended up going through the process. A casting director had reached out to me via FaceTime. First, it was Instagram. She followed both of us on Instagram, and then, you know, we had a FaceTime meeting with her after she, you know, confirmed our looks and liked how we looked and that stuff. Had a little talk. And then, you feel me, we moved on to the next phase basically after we had that one FaceTime video call, and, you know, she had said that she liked us and thought that me and my sister were the best sibling duo out of all of the siblings that they had been casting at the time, which, you know, I had no doubt in my mind that we was going to beat out any other sibling duo because, first of all, me and my sister alone, you feel me, we are both two very attractive people. I feel like, you know, just being us in general, and then our personalities, combining that, we had outgoing personalities. You feel me? I'm funny, outgoing, super adventurous. Run out of breath, but yeah, they basically loved me and my sister's personalities. They loved our looks better than any other siblings that they had been casting at the time, which was dope. I hope my cat's purring isn't picking up on the microphone, so but we just gonna roll with it. But yeah, so they ended up liking us, and then after they moved us to round 2, basically round 2 was just like an entire, you know, week of just videos, Zoom calls, and meetings with producers, executive producers via, you know, Zoom and stuff like that. And basically that's where you need to really show them your personality. You answer questions, you answer super personal questions like your secrets, the you know, the most outlandish places that you've, you know, had sexual relations or had sex basically in public. They want to know that. They want to know if you're a cheater. They want to know if you've ever been cheated on. Yeah, they basically want to know like basically how crazy you are and any story that you have that can best describe your personality on how crazy your experiences have been, whether it's relationship stuff or one night stands, you feel me? They want to know every little detail. They don't want you to hold back. So when it comes to like doing the interview processes, and I get questions like, oh, like how do you think I should act, how do you think I should portray myself if I want to be on Love Island and want to cast, and how should I act in front of these producers? You just got to be yourself, but times 10, you feel me? Be yourself times, people say be yourself times 2, but I say be yourself times 10, just because you really got to up your energy and be like, yo, I'm here, give main character energy basically, and have the stories and have the experiences to back it up after, you feel me? You got to pop your shit and be good looking while you're doing it. That's pretty much all it is. So yeah, we did a whole bunch of meetings with producers. The first real meeting you do is on a Zoom call with a casting producer, and basically they want you to sit down and answer, a slew of questions, so that they can, use that footage, record it, and present it to, I guess, the casting producers, executive casting producers, whatever, whomever it is that's deciding the cast for the show. And basically that's like your application. It's a video. They ask you for pictures, videos, basically any of your best photos from Instagram. Maybe it's professional photographers that you have good pictures or videos from. They want all of that so that they can put it into one presentation and present it to the producers when the time comes for them to pick who they want for the cast. So yeah, me and my sister did that together. We answered a bunch of embarrassing questions like favorite sex positions, most sexual, thing you've done with your partner and stuff like that, like your kinks, your, like all the little dirty little secrets that you don't want people knowing, but you just gotta be comfortable enough to tell it to a complete stranger, you know what I'm saying? As soon as the question comes to light, like bam, you gotta be able to pick it up. You can't be sitting there like, I don't really know, da da da. I mean, you could take your time, you feel me? But the producers help you along the way. They give you ideas like, oh, have you ever done it in the backseat of like, a vacant parking lot on a, Thursday school night, something like that, something crazy. They'll throw stuff out there to get your memory jogged, to bring out the craziest stories and the secrets that you really don't want to be telling people in you, so that they can have that as like good content to show to producers like, hey, this person's personality is great, they're crazy, this is the one that they want to put on the show basically. So yeah, back to the story. After we do a week of meetings with producers, they have you wait around for about a month, but they make sure to keep into contact with you and call us like, hey, Chazz, we're still keeping you in a consideration. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. You're still in a good standing. Da 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 da. We're still considering you for the show. On top of all of the, the week's worth of meetings with executive producers and casting directors, you have to be able to pass a psych test first. Yes, I said a psych test. What is a psych test? It's basically just a long ass test that you take to make sure that you're mentally capable of being on a reality TV show and mentally capable of withstanding the outcome that can be, whether it be positive or negative, from being on a reality TV show. We all know everybody gets their fair share of hate, and negative comments when being on reality TV. We all know I got my fair share of it. My sister got her fair share of it. But you gotta roll with the punches, you feel me? You feel me? Stick and move. But yeah, anyway, it's basically just a test to make sure that you're, not on like medication on the low, or like you're capable of being, away from home for long periods of time, and that you're not gonna like freak out or anything like that, or have like a mental episode basically on national television. They just want to avoid that altogether by making sure, you're a-okay in the head to make, sound decisions, because obviously you're on television at the end of the day. They can't just be putting anybody on there. other than the psych test, you have to be, healthy as fuck. You can't have any STDs. You can't have literally nothing can be wrong with your health records. You have to do a bunch of blood work. You have to take a bunch of tests and be 100% clean before they even consider flying you out to the hotel that they keep you at before, putting you in the villa. And within the entire process, it's never guaranteed ever that you're going to be on the show until the moment that they put you on the show. So even when, we got flown out to the hotel after we took our blood work, after we did the, meetings on Zoom, after we waited around for about a month, waiting to hear back from people, after we took the psych tests, got my physical done, my blood work results back, everything was good. Everything was good to go. I was clear. Basically, they fly you out. They give you a call like, oh, congratulations. Like, we are going to choose you as one of the people to fly out, basically to, be in the hotel and potentially be on the show. So they fly me and my sister out. We fly together out to. Actually, I don't think we flew together. We flew on different flights for some reason. I forget. I think my sister was located in a different state at the time, and I was just getting ready to come back home from school. But yeah, we fly out to. They fly us out to LA. First of all, we don't have to pay for food. You don't have to pay for your flight tickets. You don't have to pay for your hotel night stays. You don't have to pay for any travel fees, any lunch that you might have, bought while you were out. Like, they literally cover everything for you. They treat you and they pay you literally the moment that you, land and get to the hotel. That week you get paid. You get paid weekly. But yeah, so after you do that, but before they even fly you out, you have to, sign a contract. There's an NDA. You're under an NDA for about a year, stating that you can't, tell anybody about basically the behind the scenes shit that happens, from year to date, basically. So when the show happened in the summer, we weren't able to say, specific things about the casting process, the behind the scenes stuff, and basically just the things that they don't want people to know about while the show is still being aired, basically. But I believe my NDA is up, if I'm not mistaken. It should be only for about a year long. And I was on season 4. Season 5 literally just got finished up, a couple days ago. Shout out to the season 5 cast of Love Island USA, by the way. Much love to my boy Marco and Hannah for catching that dub. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. But yeah, my season was last summer, so I believe my NDA should be up, but I'm not going to be going and airing out everything just in case, you know what I'm saying, they want to call your boy back for Love Island games, whatever it is, that they got for the future of Love Island. I want to be a part of it, so I ain't going to air no craziness out, but I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of the tea. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of it so you can, get a taste, get, a better point of view from somebody, like me, who's just a regular kid from Jersey that happened to have an opportunity to be on a national, television show like Love Island USA, which was lit. But anyway, back to the story, man. They take you to the hotels. They fly you out. You feel like a pimp. They paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? Treat you to the food. Everything is paid for. You get picked up by a driver when you land at, the airport, and he takes you to the hotel. You stay in this hotel. Now, when you're at this hotel, you're secluded or whatever. Like, it was still during COVID times. COVID was still a very real, threat in the world, which I'm still sure it is to this day, but just more people are vaccinated, so it's a little bit more safe when it comes to COVID. But anyway, we had to take COVID protocols to the maximum when we were in this hotel. Now, we were already not able to leave the hotel rooms without a talent manager walking around holding an umbrella over our heads to cover our faces that way. Because at this hotel, literally every potential islander, every potential bombshell that was going to be on the show was staying at this hotel, but we just had specific times where we were able to go outside and do certain activities so that we never ran into each other or saw each other's faces prior to, being on the show, so that the reaction of seeing somebody, meeting somebody on the show in the villa was, genuine as it gets, because you've literally never seen this person before in your life. So that's how they kept us from seeing each other. They would have us go outside in 45-minute increments only every other day so that they can fit every single person's, 45 minutes a day into, consideration so that everybody can get some outside time. The activities that they had for us when we were outside was like you can go at the pool, you can tan, they had this makeshift like gym for us. For some reason they didn't have a state-of-the-art gym, so which was mind-boggling to me because you want all of us guys to, look like David Hasselhoff and goddamn The Rock combined, and looking our best, staying in our best shape, but you got us all like stay in quarantine in these hotels a month prior to even being on the show, and you want us to use these dumbbells that only go up to 50 pounds in a treadmill and expect us to stay in, alpha prime shape, which is so far out of this world. I don't know what made them think that that would happen, but we made do with what we had. We were very grateful for it. It was, it is what it is what it is. You got to make do with what you got. I was shocked, but you know what I'm saying, what I did to stay in shape while I was in that hotel, I felt like I was in the best shape of my life. First of all, they fed us 3 meals a day when you're in that hotel. So every single morning at 8 a.m., they would knock on your door, either have food at the front door. Well, not either. They would always have breakfast at the front door. It'd either be like bacon, eggs, and like hash. What is that? What is that stuff? Like gravy and a biscuit. And I'd fuck that shit up, but it would have my stomach doing backflips. It is what it is. I don't do well with gravy during breakfast. But yeah, they always made sure that we had a meal. Every single morning we had to get our nose swabbed, from, the COVID tests because they wanted to make sure that we didn't miraculously catch COVID from a talent manager or contact with anybody who might have been exposed to COVID. You know how the COVID protocols go. So every single morning, got a nice stick shoved up our noses to the back of our brains and swabbed, on the daily at 8 o'clock on the dot. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Small little price to pay for salvation when we finally made it to the villa and, were treated even better than we were being treated in the hotels. But yeah, so they feed you all the time. You have a literal list of snacks and foods and drinks that you can request at any time between 8 a.m. in the morning and 8 p.m. at night. So literally there was no like limit to what you can get. So I would order 8 protein shakes at a time, 8 Uncrustables at a time. Literally all of my protein snacks that I needed, drinks, coconut water. They would give you literally full packages of water bottles so that you would never go thirsty. They would give us full packages for like, and that would hold us for like a couple of weeks because I would be drinking water like a madman. I was drinking an equivalent to a gallon. I was drinking 3 to 4 protein shakes a day and I was eating all 4 meals. I was eating and lifting like I was preparing for World War III, basically. I don't know why, but there was just a primal instinct in me. There was, you know, there was this need to just be the best, what I'm saying, in shape person I can be than all the other guys in the villa. Because I was going into this whole situation in a different mind state. Because I'm going in the villa potentially with my sister, and I'm supposed to let all these dogs, what I'm saying, have a shot at, getting a date with my sister and, winning her heart over. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, man, I got to be able to be on point if it comes down to it. And that motherfucker want to put his hands on my sister and I got to get physical. I got to be able to be, physically capable of moving, some serious fucking weight. So I'm in that motherfucker doing nothing but 50 sets of 50 push-ups after every commercial I'm watching. I'm drinking a water bottle after every single meal. I'm I'm peeing every 10 minutes because I'm always filled with gallons of water. Drinking protein shakes, man. I was working out like a jail rat, basically. Nothing but push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups, man. I was doing nothing but pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups all inside of my hotel room because I was just so driven to be the best looking mug on that show and be able to, assert dominance when needed and be there for my sister when needed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. That's how it should be. And then on top of that, I was also feeling a little not hate, but I was feeling a little motivation because I had just gotten out of a relationship and I'm like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm about to upgrade. I'm about to, people gonna see me on TV and they're gonna be like, damn, who is that? You feel me? Like there's gonna be a new Chazz. You know what I'm saying? This ain't BDB Chazz that y'all see on YouTube. This Chazz from Love Island, and that's what it was. You feel me? So I was out there, felt like I was in the best shape of my life the entire time I was on that show. But anyway, yeah, that's all I did in the hotel was work out, eat, and sleep. You feel me? Because that's all we could do. So I binge watched a lot of, a lot of good TV shows. There was a lot of good TV shows. They literally I'm sorry, I missed a major part of this whole story time. So when you get to the hotel, for the first couple of weeks, they let you have your phone, they let you have internet access, they let you have your laptops and access to social media, but you're the entire time you're not allowed to tell anybody that you're potentially going to be on Love Island. So this had to be a secret from literally everybody outside of your family. So coworkers, close friends, you feel me, your coaches. I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't tell my head coach. I was scared to tell anybody because I didn't want them to be secretly tapped in my phone and be like, hey, as soon as they hear me tell somebody that I'm about to be on the show, you feel me, it'll be over with because they found out I went against the rules. So I was tight-lipped as hell. Only my family knew about me and my sister potentially being on the show. So that was the one thing that, caused some problems down the road for me, what I'm saying, with the football coach and stuff like that. But that's a story time for another day. If y'all want to know about it, let me know in the comments. Drop it in the comments where we're going to move on with the story. But yeah, basically, where was I? I was doing hella jail workouts, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. Oh yeah, they didn't let us have internet access halfway through the month that we were, quarantining in the hotels. So they take away your phone, they take away your laptop, they childproof the TV as soon as you got there, so you weren't even able to do anything besides watch Netflix and maybe Hulu and HBO Max and whatever other, streaming services that you would have to request from the talent manager teams to then be able to download and stream and watch your TV. So we were literally only able to watch TV, do activities like use coloring books, crossword puzzles, sun gaze. You know what I'm saying? I was lucky enough to have a room where I had a balcony. Some people didn't even have a room with balconies, so they were literally like in a jail cell for a month, which was crazy to me because I would have went insane if that was the case for me at least. But I had a nice balcony, a nice view of, California. It was my first time in California. They flew us out to Santa Barbara. That's where the show was held at. I forgot to mention that to you guys. But yeah, it's crazy that they didn't let us have access to any of our cellular devices, our phones, nothing. We weren't allowed to even tell people that we were on being, going to be on the show, which was hella sketchy besides your parents. So it was like, you feel me? The only way your people like could get into contact with you, they had to contact a talent manager's phone number first, and the talent manager would relay the message to you like a fucking telephone game, a game of telephone. It was crazy. But yeah, you can't talk to your parents, can't talk to anybody, all the way up until the point where you're in the villa. Like once we got in the villa, they gave us fake phones, fake Google phones. They weren't fake, they were real phones. They were just child-proofed again to the point where we can only take pictures and receive text from them. Like that was it. We weren't able to, check our Instagram, see how many followers we was getting while we was on the show, respond to messages and shit like that. Like I feel like everybody thinks that you still have your phone in your hands like when you're in the villa, which is so fucking not true, which I wish it was, but you know what I'm saying? It was kind of just like a detox from outside worlds, opinions, experiences. So it was like nothing could really change our minds other than, the producers that we interacted with and the islanders that we was, in the villa with. But anyway, yeah, it felt like 40 days and 40 nights. That's what Jeff used to call it in the hotels when we was waiting before we was, let know, because you're staying in the hotel just waiting around all of the time until like you hear word from somebody or one of the talent managers that like, yo, they're thinking about putting you in on the show next. Like once we realized that me and my sister, once we realized we weren't going to be OGs, which was kind of like evident because we were coming in as a sibling duo. You've never seen a sibling duo come in as OGs, although that would have been dope. But yeah, we came in as bombshells fairly early, actually, episode 7. Yeah, so we came in and did our job. Our job was to stir up the pot, you know what I'm saying? Cause some drama and be bombshells do what bombshells do. You know, drop a bomb when you drop in the villa and call shit, you know what I'm saying, to happen. And, you know, that's what we did. But yeah, man, that whole process, it was a crazy one. You really got to be mentally strong to be able to just, and on top of that, you're not allowed to smoke weed. I'm just saying, for anybody that, you know, wants to might be on this show, that is a, you know, either a frequent or, you know what I'm saying, just a, you know, here and there. What is that word I'm looking for, where it's just like, oh, I only smoke sometimes, occasion for my occasional weed, you know, smokers. It's legal in Jersey and in Santa Barbara where we were at. Obviously, California, it was very legal. But yeah, you're not allowed to smoke. So for like 3 months, you had to go like just a 3 month. I had to go 3 months basically without smoking, and that's the longest I've ever gone without smoking because I usually smoke. I'm not gonna say I usually smoke. Don't smoke, kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you can't smoke for 3 months. That was one of the requirements. If that affects you, it affects you. If not, if not. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, they kept us all that time that we were there in the hotels. Though they made sure that we were fed. You know, made sure we got our outside time. You know, it was cool interacting, getting to know the talent managers. It was like a mini vacation before we had our, you know, chance to go into the villa. So we wait. The show finally starts, and like a week into the show, while the show was going on, they actually let you watch every episode like day by day so that you can watch the show, see the tea that's happening, and like plot on who it is that you are attracted to, or that who you might want to be, you know, like having a chance to have a conversation with. If you were to get your chance in the villa, they'd be like, oh, who do you have like your eyes on, this, that, and the third, who you like they literally make you make a list. Okay, like they'll come to you and be like, list off the girls that you find, you know, most attractive to you in order. Bum. And they do that literally like every single couple of episodes. They make you keep that list up. And then when you get in the villa, that's like the people that they pair you up with basically for like your first dates, basically, or whatnot. I don't know how they might do it, but that's how it was for me. I felt I had my chance to go on a date with Maddie as soon as I got in. And I think Maddie was on like the top of my list when I had mentioned, you know, who my tops were for the show. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that show went. But sorry, buddy. But yeah. So they let you watch the episodes, and then eventually they were like, yo, we are hearing word that they want to put you and your sister in next, so like get ready. So you're only allowed to have one suitcase full of stuff, no brands. They don't want any other brands shown on the show. So you can't wear anything like Polo or anything like with a known brand that's very visible. They don't want you to wear it. Although some people got away with it, like on their shoes and stuff like that. Like some like shoes and socks, they'll let that slide. But like a shirt, pants, anything like that that says like Gucci or some shit like that, Givenchy, gallery department, like it's a no-go. They're not letting you wear that shit on TV. It's either got to be plain color white, like plain color whatever it is you're wearing, or it's like a no-go. But yeah, so they literally let you wear whatever you want as long as there's no logos and stuff like that. But you get your one suitcase, and then they, you know, take you to the villa. So for me and my sister, we had to do our intro at 11 o'clock at night for some reason. God knows why they had us, you know. First of all, they had us recording in that entire show at ungodly hours. We were up filming till like 4 a.m. sometimes. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying, it was our job at the end of the day, so I'm not complaining, but it's crazy. I've never been filmed or filming anything at like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning out at night. Like, and it gets fucking freezing, especially at night. So you start the day off sunbeaming, wearing summer clothes, style clothes, and come at nighttime and you still fucking recording. All right, so my camera cut off at about like the 30-minute mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer a couple of these questions that I got off of the 23 questions that people typically ask reality TV stars. I'm gonna answer a couple of those just because I'm trying to make this video an hour long real quick. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm doing a giveaway, and to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is watch the entire video all the way to the end, hit the like button, and drop a comment that says done in the comment section, and I will be picking two people to be sending a gift card out to. I'm not going to say how much money is on it because I want everybody to be surprised when they get this gift card potentially if they win it. So yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, make sure y'all watch the video to the end and hit that like button for me. That's all you got to do. And hit that subscribe button. You got to hit the subscribe button too, you feel me? Can't, you know what I'm saying, enter the giveaway without subscribing. So only subscribers are available for this giveaway. If you want to enter the giveaway, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, watch the video to the end, and hit that like button. So let's get into this questionnaire real quick of the 23 questions. Number one is, how much of it is real? Like, really real? I would say 90% of it is real. 10% of it is considered not real because producers do tell you to do certain things and say certain things to stir the pot and, you know, cause tension and, you know, commotion amongst each other and basically just start drama. That's what they do. So they tell you to say a certain thing or do a certain thing, or, you know, it's not scripted, but they tell you to, you know, maneuver a certain way so that they can get, you know, a certain reaction out of certain people, you know, the reactions that they're, you know, looking for basically, so that they can manipulate, you know, and cause drama basically. Now, I don't want to say manipulate, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want them to hate me, but fuck it. It is what it is because that's what it was to me at least. But yeah, I'd say 90% of it is real. They tell us what types of conversations to have and what to talk about, and they have a nice way of wording things. Like when you're doing the confessions, like how I'm sitting here and just talking to the camera, and you guys are watching me, you know, talk about my experience. They kind of like speak to you through a microphone. You're the only one in the room, but they speak to you through a microphone. They're watching you, and they're like, they say things like that will make you lead into saying, you know, the responses that they're looking for so that they can, you know, use that whatever statement that they get you to say. They'll literally say a statement for you to say. They'll make you reword and re-say that statement to them in a certain way so that they can use that, you know, and manipulate it, edit it to the way that they want to, you know, portray you to the public, basically. But yeah, majority of it is real. Number two, do you feel like you have to do your hair and makeup perfectly every day because you're always on camera? That is a great question. Now, as a guy, I was appalled to hear that they didn't have any hairdressers or hairstylists or barbers on set for us to get, you know, like checkups, you know, for our haircuts and stuff like that when we start growing our hair out and start wolfing. So basically, they're just like, yeah, bring your clippers and whatever, you know, your grooming tools and, you know, I'm saying stuff like that so that when you get a chance to basically clean yourself up, you can do it. That's literally all you can do. They don't have barbers for you on set, so you can't even get a haircut all the way up until like when I was in the hotel quarantining. I didn't have access to a barber, couldn't get a haircut. I literally had to suffer on my own or cut my own hair, you know, and risk messing it up. But I didn't even have clippers to be cutting my hair like that for real. I only bought trimmers to, you know, keep my beard from looking like I was a caveman. And so, but when I got onto the show, a couple of the guys like Jeff, Timmy, they had clippers. They would cut their hair and stuff like that. So I would suggest learning how to cut your hair now before you even, you know, get put in that situation where you don't have the opportunity to get a haircut and you can't leave the hotel because they won't let you leave, or leave the villa to get a haircut. So yeah, I definitely did feel like, you know, you would want your hair tip-top shape perfectly every time because you're always on camera. So your presentation, how you look, is a big part of, you know, how you present yourself to the world, how you feel and how you act, you know. So yeah, I feel like for girls especially, it was probably harder because they always had to wake up earlier than us, but we all woke up at the same time. They just had less time to get ready because they had to do makeup and hair, and us guys just woke up, threw our swim trunks on, and we was ready to, you know, tackle the day because that's all we had to do. Um, but yeah, number three, do you feel like you can't wear the same thing twice? Not at all. I felt like I wore the same thing maybe four times. You know what I'm saying? Four times because they did laundry for us. They had laundry days so that we would be able to, you know, wear our clothes and it'd be fresh after we wore it once or twice. You know what I'm saying? They would also bring in, like, they had a wardrobe for us, like I guess a stylist from Love Island brought clothes in for us, and there was like a community closet where we were able to pick certain items and clothes that we wanted to wear, for certain nights and occasions that we were having in the villa and stuff like that. Even like when times when we didn't have stuff in the community closet, like we would share clothes amongst us guys and, let each other wear stuff. Like I wore a lot of Jeff's clothes and I wore a lot of Jesse's clothes. I wore a lot of Isaiah's clothes while I was on the show. Everybody I felt like either interchanged a shirt, a pair of pants at one point in time while we were on the show, just so that we can have fresh new looks for every single night that we were recording, because it was literally just like we recorded every single night, so we needed a bunch of outfits that we didn't have on our own. But yeah, that's how we did it. We didn't really care if we wore things twice, but you tried not to, tried hard not to. How much do you get paid to be on a reality show? Now, I did not want to have to expose exactly how much we got paid. So for this question, I will be letting y'all know in the symbol of dollar signs. So we basically got paid $4. Count them four. You know what I'm saying? $1 equals, one increment of a number, obviously. So $4 equals four numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that can be a band. That could be 2 bands. It could be 3 bands. It could be 4 bands, 5 bands, 6 bands. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But we got paid weekly. That's all y'all need to know. Got paid four single, four dollar signs per month. I mean, per week. So that check added up. Them checks was adding up, direct deposited into your account every single week, so that they can take care of anybody's, bills that they might have had to pay while they were away from home or whatnot, whatever bills that they might have to pay, you know what I'm saying, and take care of when they get out of, the show. Basically to make up for time for them to not be able to work a job while they're staying in quarantining and waiting to potentially be put on the show. Anyway, yeah, we got paid well. We got paid well, and then on top of that, there was obviously the prize for the winner of $100,000, and you get the option to split it between, your couple or keep it like an asshole. But most people split it like the good guys that they should. Number 5. Do you ever have to pretend like you're struggling financially because your show's premise has you working a normal job? My show's premise was different. I don't think we were working jobs. Our job was to mingle and get to know each other and have challenges and have fun in the sun, on an island, and find love. So we didn't have to worry about, upholding a certain image. We were kind of just being ourselves, our naturally born, energetic, enthusiastic, and young selves as we are. That's kind of just all we had to do. We didn't have to fake act like we struggled and came out the mud, even though some of us did. I'm not saying I didn't or nothing like that. Nothing was handed to us, but we all worked, and acted as we normally would on the outside. Basically, we didn't have to put up a front or a show for any reason. Number 6. Do you or other people on your show hype up your personalities for the cameras? 100%. I already told y'all in the beginning of the video, like when you're showing your personality, you got to be you times 10. You feel me? You times 2. Or they'll literally, like on the intercom above, like the, where they direct us to do certain things, they'll call over on the intercom and be like, yo, you guys need to up the energy. You need to redo that take because it was super low in energy, super fucking boring to watch. And this is Love Island USA. You got to bring the fucking energy. You guys are USA 2022. You feel me? That's what we were. So we would have to, hype each other up, be super overly excited about everything, and just be over enthusiastic about every fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? So even if it was, a recoupling night that was scary because people go home on recoupling nights and stuff like that, we had to be happy about it. Had to show enthusiasm at certain points in time. When we got texts, especially, is when we had to cheer a lot. Like, when you get a text, you got to shout it out. And it's got to be this big thing. It's a thing on Love Island. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing. I don't know why. But yeah, we definitely had to hype up our personalities. I definitely did, especially in Casa Amor. My personality really thrived at Casa Amor because that was like super fun for me. Super great time. You know what I'm saying? No regrets. If y'all have any questions about, specifics, drop them down in the comments and I'll get to them. I want to do a video about my Love Island USA experience in general, but I'm gonna wait to do that with my sister. So for right now, I'm gonna just give y'all little bits and pieces of how I got on the show and my casting process for the show, and then answering these little questions. Number 7, are you encouraged to fight with your co-stars? Good question, and the answer is yes. I wouldn't say encouraged, but I would say enticed. I would say manipulated, again, there's that word, into, motivated, I would say. I wouldn't say we were forced to, have an altercation with our co-stars, but they, put us in situations where we have to butt heads with each other and, have problems with each other and have to assert and, hash out those problems with each other in face-to-face, quarters, and we're not allowed to not, we're not allowed to ignore each other or not speak to each other. Like, everything has to be hashed out, talked out in, some type of way, shape, or form. So, but yeah, they definitely did, especially with my sister and Zeta, they definitely made them, butt heads more than my sister would have liked, because my sister is not that type of person. But like I said, the shows manipulate people in certain ways to make people be portrayed a certain way. And once that is, your, what is it? Once that's your persona, once people see you that way, they drag it and keep you being seen that way throughout the entirety, of the show. But I'll leave that as a conversation for another time. If y'all want to hear details on, stuff like that, make sure you drop that in the comment section below, and I will get to a video like that with my sister, and I would love to answer any of those questions for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I would only do it for my subscribers and the people that are watching this video, because I love y'all and want to continue to entertain y'all and get this YouTube channel popping and up and running like it should have been a long time ago. 8, what's the most dramatic thing that you've seen? I didn't really see anything too dramatic, but I did see Isaiah and Andy getting into an argument in front of everybody, and I thought that was pretty dramatic because I've never seen Isaiah, actually mad, and Andy, is not a guy also to be, up in anger and stuff like that. So it was just kind of shocking to see. I mean, I'm not saying Andy was, angry or anything like that, but Isaiah mainly was, and he was being really, stern and assertive with his, feelings and stuff like that towards Andy's disrespect. And it was kind of just like the first time I was in the villa, so I was super shocked, and that was probably the most dramatic thing that I saw. But yeah. Number 9, have you ever seen someone throw a drink in someone else's face? No, this is not Real Housewives of Atlanta. I have not seen anybody throw a drink in anybody's face, unless it was during a challenge and we needed to do something like that, you feel me? But yeah, no, nobody really ever got into any altercations, whether it was physical or, throwing things or nothing of that nature. We all pretty much got along to a certain degree, at a certain point where we weren't, inclined to, want to throw things or, disrespect somebody on national television by, throwing wine on their face on a night where we're all supposed to be recoupling and enjoying, what I'm saying? It was not that deep at any point in time to be doing all that. And I'm pretty sure it's against contract to, physically assault. Not saying that throwing a drink on somebody's face is a physical assault, but it's an assault of some kind. Obviously, I'm not exactly what type of assault it is, but it's obviously some physical form because you're throwing, a liquid on somebody. So, but anyway, no, I haven't seen anybody get a drink thrown in their face. Number 10, if you're actually fighting with someone, does it suck to then be forced to interact with that person over and over again because of the show, or is it just part of the job? Me personally, I would say it's just part of the job, and yes, it would suck to have to do that, but if that's your part of the job, I say do your fucking job because they're paying you a pretty good penny for it. But yeah, it sucks at the end of the day. I didn't personally experience it. Maybe my sister might have some other, point of view on that specific question. So maybe I'll have her answer these questions and do her own little Q&A for, her point of view and her fan base for Love Island, so that people that can relate with my sister can relate even more by, hearing her what's the word? Unfiltered response to this question. So number 11, Have you ever seen something really scandalous get cut from the final version of the show? Now, I want to say that there's probably something scandalous that they did cut from the show because they filmed us for 24 hours in a day, or, more or less. We're sleeping half of those hours, but, and then they edited it down to about 40 some odd minutes of, film and content for you guys to consume and, perceive, and feel some type of way about the type of decisions we made. So, yeah, I would say they probably did because I didn't watch my season yet personally. I haven't watched it. I plan to watch it eventually. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I'm so nervous to watch, the cringy moments and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I lived it, so I'm cool off watching it for right now. But I do want to watch it with my sister and actually react to it and post the reactions of the episodes that we watch. So let me know if that's a cool idea in the comments. Drop it down in the comment section if that's something you guys would want us to see, reacting to certain moments or videos or episodes from Love Island, our season in particular, and to, drop our reactions and post them for you guys to see. Let me know if that's something you would want us to do. But yeah, I've never really, I don't know, I don't think they've cut anything scandalous out. But yeah, they probably have. Number 12, have you ever felt like you've been edited to look like a villain when you were actually right? I 100% feel like I was written to be like a villain when I was, 100% right. And sometimes, in some points, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. If you're a villain, you're a villain. Play the fucking role, eat that shit up, embrace it. What are you gonna do? You're already seen as a villain, so you can't lose. There's no falling farther from already being a villain. There's only up from there. You can only do good from, being a villain. That's the way I saw it. So if they wanted to see me as a villain, they see me as a villain. But I was still, putting my best foot forward and stuff like that and doing things in a nice manner, I felt like. Have you ever refused to let something be filmed? I've never refused for anything to be filmed just because, we signed a contract where we literally get filmed even when we're in the bathroom. Like, obviously not when we're on the toilet, but like when we're, brushing our teeth, taking showers and stuff like that, we're being filmed and recorded, like hear our voice, our conversations, all that good stuff. Number 14, do you ever get used to a camera following you everywhere? Yeah, you do get used to it pretty fucking quickly. Luckily, I had a little experience doing YouTube videos prior to Love Island with my sister and stuff like that. So I was kind of comfortable with just staring at a lens and speaking my mind and doing exactly what I needed to do, whether it be a challenge, a prank, or acting, whatever it is. I never really felt shy in front of a camera before, besides, obviously like when I first started, and I still do get shy, but it's just less hard for me to get into like a groove of talking in front of a camera now. But yeah, you get used to it. You stop worrying about, the cameras and start worrying more so about the conversation that you're having between you and the beautiful girl that's in front of you, who's giving you her undivided attention and nothing but eye contact and, getting to know each other on a deep, serious level. There's nothing better than that, you know what I'm saying? So you don't really worry about the cameras too much. It's nothing more than, a mirror that you're walking by on a day-to-day basis. That's kind of how it is. Do you get recognized in the street? Number 15. Yes, sometimes I do get recognized in the street. At the gym, I get recognized. At the bars, I get recognized a lot. At, the airport, when I got off the show, I got recognized a lot. At a doctor's office, I have gotten recognized. So, in like the weirdest places, I've been recognized for being on Love Island. So, which is pretty cool. But yeah, obviously a lot of people know about the show, so you're bound to get recognized since I was on the show for a good, portion of the season. Number 16, do you miss your privacy? I do not. I mean, I feel like I still have my privacy, nobody's living in my house with me besides my family, you know what I'm saying? So, there's nobody really invading my privacy. The only privacy that they're invading is that I put out for them to invade, which is on social media like my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok, which by the way, y'all should go follow at Chazz.Bryant9 on TikTok and Instagram, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. On TikTok, I go live every other night. You feel me? We have 55K right now. Soon it'll be on 100K by the end of this year. I'm trying to hit 100K on TikTok. But yeah, do I miss my privacy? No, there's nothing to miss. I put myself out there on a public platform like Love Island USA specifically for people to be attracted to me and, entertained and, just drawn to me basically, and, have them be part of my audience and fan base potentially, and potentially motivate and potentially, inspire. That's literally the whole point of putting ourselves in this position. All right, y'all, I'm gonna try to finish up these last couple of questions real quick before this thing turns back off on me. It's been overheating. This is the first time I've ever used my camera for this long of a period of time. I'm trying to do an hour-long video, and I'm shooting at 4K, so it's, I guess, I don't know, this camera should be capable of shooting at 4K for at least an hour, I don't know, but it craps out about 30 minutes. That's besides the point. Number 17. Does the publicity ever affect you negatively? Yeah, there's times where the publicity has affected me negatively, but the publicity also affected me positively. After I got off the show, I got brand deals. I started I started using TikTok a lot more and ran up more followers on TikTok than I have on Instagram now. Hopefully I get 100K on TikTok by the end of this year. But yeah, it definitely did have its effects on me negatively, whether it be mentally, we all have those days where we're feeling down on ourselves, but you got to have the down days so that you can have the up days. It is what it is. You got to, roll with the highs and the lows. It's just how it is. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad. I feel like I benefited more than, I benefited from being on the show and the publicity more than, it hindered me, negatively, affected me negatively is what I mean. Number 18, what's the best perk of being a reality star? The best perk about being a reality star, I feel like, is, it's a great opportunity in general. The best perk about it is that you get, invited, you get, emails about other opportunities to be on other shows, or you get brand deals when you get off the show, or, people want to collaborate with you just because you're affiliated with the show and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of benefits. You get invited out to parties, you get, you're a part of you're part of a family now, you're part of this reality show family for Love Island and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot that comes with it. Obviously, the people that recognize you out in public, it's a great conversation starter. It's kind of, attractive to girls and stuff like that. Like in my experience, girls have been attracted to the fact that I've been on this show so far and stuff like that, because, it's just a sign that, you're somebody who is diligent, disciplined enough to, secure a spot on a television, reality TV show. And, it's kind of cool to know that you're capable of being put in that position and then going right back to your regular life outside of the villa and, deal with the changes, as life goes on. So I think that's a cool perk. Number 19, have you ever had a low drama week so the producers have given you a really bizarre B plot to flesh out the episode? Have you ever had a low drama week so the producers have given you a really bizarre B plot to flesh out the episode? I'm not really entirely sure what that question means, but we're going to move on to the next one. Number 20. Sorry, buddy. If you have kids, do you want them on the show? If you had a grown child and they were offered a reality show, would you advise them to take it? That's a great question. If I had kids, do you want them on the show? I probably wouldn't mind having my son, be on a show like this just for the experience. Maybe I would want my son to be a step ahead of me and maybe do something like acting or be on a pilot for a TV show or something like that, or even a movie. But being on a reality show, I don't feel like is a bad, experience. I feel like it's what you do with the experience, what you take from it, and how you grow from the experience, rather than letting it affect you negatively and bring you back from basically the steps that you've made to progress yourself to grow and be the person that you are now. Obviously you don't want to regress, you want to progress. But yeah, I would definitely allow my grown child to. I wouldn't advise. I don't know if I would advise them to take it, but I'd be like, yo, if this is something you want to do, I would say jump on the opportunity. If you're young, you don't really got a lot that you got to worry about when you're young, what I'm saying? So go have fun. It's a paid vacation. It's a great opportunity to be scouted by modeling, agencies, and, just open doors for you that you didn't know you can open, and, help boost your confidence if you can get through it. So I would advise them to do it, because I feel like I benefited from doing it, and I wouldn't be doing some of the things I'm doing now had I not done it. So yeah, I guess I would say I'd advise them to do it. Make sure my camera's still on. Number 21, do you watch your show? No, I have. I mean, I've seen some episodes. I've seen certain episodes. I saw the episode where I left. I saw a couple episodes in the beginning before I went onto the show myself. But other than that, I haven't watched the show yet myself, just because it's like I lived it. So it was like I really don't feel the need to rush and run and watch myself. I know I looked good. I know I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it eventually with my sister. Like I said, if y'all would want to see us watch the actual, show, react to it, and post it on YouTube for you guys to, see us react to our episodes for the first time, and, just talk about it a little bit more and elaborate a little bit more on certain situations. Let me know right now in the comment section below. Do not hold back, because the more comments that I see that are in favor of that idea, the more likely I am to do it and present it to you guys. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments. 22, do you watch other reality shows? I definitely do watch I have watched other reality shows. Prior to me being on Love Island USA, I was very unaware of what goes on reality TV. So I binge watched a bunch of reality shows. I binge watched Are You the One? I binge watched the previous Love Island USA seasons. I binge watched F-Boy Island. I binge watched, what else? Uh, Love is Blind, maybe, like Too Hot to Handle is what I was looking for. I binge watched quite a few reality shows, just to get a feel of how things should be, how I should act, what I should do, what I should say, what I should be prepared for going into Love Island USA reality TV for the first time in my life. I had just turned 21, so I was just able to drink and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it was a crazy experience for me overall at the beginning. Number 23, and finally, do you ever wish you weren't on the show? Not at all. I don't regret being on the show at all. It was the best time of my life. I had a great experience. Like I said, I was just turning 21 when I had been waiting in the hotel to potentially be on Love Island USA. So it was like a birthday present to me from God, from the heavens, the Love Island gods, and God in general. They allowed me to celebrate by meeting a group of new friends, which is what God knew exactly what I needed. And, just a great experience and a break from reality, and a break from, just a vacation from, responsibilities, basically a break from responsibilities where I got paid, taken care of. I got a lot of sunlight and motivation and, inspiration. It like lit a fire in me to go harder and, try to make what I want, happen in my life, and, just take more control of, my decisions and exactly what I want to do with my life. So you feel me? I'm lit right now. I'm popping on TikTok, and I haven't been as consistent, but I'm about to start being consistent again and going live again and posting again and trying to be consistent on YouTube, which is my main goal. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off with that last question, man. Love Island USA was the best experience I ever had. Highly recommend all y'all watching this video right now to go ahead and shoot your shot. Shoot an application, fill out an application, and see what could happen. You never know. Worst they could say is no. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did it kind of right before I went to go work out real quick. I'm about to go head over to the gym because I do have a job. I'm a personal trainer, so I work at a gym out in my town and personally train people. So yeah, while I'm doing school on top of that. And so I'm a little busy, but I'm gonna try to be able to, edit this and drop a video for y'all at least once a week moving forward. But I hope you guys, enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and join the BDB family, man. Let's go.